Hey everyone, it's 10 Types, and today I have three really interesting decks to show off. I'm not going to be playing them in this video, but just showing you the lists, and these are for a new format that Ember Power created, and the link to the original video, or there are two original videos, will be down below in the descriptions, so you can check that out, learn about the format, but pretty much the idea is that you have only 4 Pokemon in your deck, they're all tag teams, and then you have expanded trainers and energy and stuff like that, so it's a bit of expanded, but it's pretty straightforward because you're using these tag teams, and then you're just hitting back and forth. I just threw some lists together. Some cards can be swapped in and out. I don't actually have computer search, but and I'd say Dowsing Machine's pretty good, but I've just kind of messed around with stuff, and I think it's pretty solid lists. As I said, I'll probably tweak them from time to time, but overall the idea is super fun, and I really like this format. But we're starting off here with a Dark Box style deck. Focusing around Greninja and Zoroark GX, which does more damage for each Dark Energy attached to all your Pokemon. You can also use Dark Union to put some of your Dark Pokemon into play and accelerate energy to them, so that's pretty cool. And then we have Umbreon and Darkrai GX, which does 150 and then 60 snipe to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. And then Dark Moon GX says for 1 energy, your opponent can't play any trainers from their hand next turn. And if you have 6 energy on, your opponent's active is instantly knocked out, so that's really good. Then we can copy these with Mewtwo and Mew GX, which also diversifies your weakness a bit, so that's pretty cool. But overall, you just want to kind of manage your attackers in an interesting way. Then we have Battle Compressor here to get us set up. This is one of the more fun options in Expanded. You can pair this with Dark Patch and Max Elixir to accelerate a lot of energy. You can also, we just have powerful tools like Dowsing Machine, Field Blower, and then just pretty much all amazing options in Expanded format here. Lots of Dark Energy. We have the Versus Seeker package as well, which is amazing. And then you want to be running probably Choice Band in almost every deck because it's just 30 extra damage, which is always really good. This deck can hit up to, like, it can one-shot stuff starting by turn, say, 3 if you get Dark Patch and Max Elixirs. And then you have a Research and a pretty solid engine with Trainer's Mail. You also have access to things like N, which is pretty good. Black Market Prism Star can be really good as well. Let's move on to the next list here. This is a Lucario Melmetal list. This does not have an A spec, so I should maybe add one into this list, but probably computer search, which I don't have yet, but really it's not necessarily in need of one because it's the deck functions pretty well. But this is Lucario Melmetal, which is a really powerful card, allowing you to use Full Metal Wall GX, which says your metal Pokemon take 30 less for the rest of the game. And if you have 2 energy on, you discard all the energy attached to your opponent's active. And then you can also use Steel Fist to power up Heavy Impact to solid overall attacks. But really importantly, you need at least 2 different types, 2 different Pokemon in this format. And the only metal tag team is Lucario and Melmetal. So I decided to go a different route for the secondary Pokemon. And one of the biggest weaknesses of Lucario and Melmetal is, quite frankly, its weakness of fire. So I stuck in a water Pokemon to counteract that. Blastoise and Piplup, which is really strong with Splash Maker, allowing you to heal, which has nice synergy with Lucario and Melmetal. It does pretty solid damage. Overall, just a nice option. And Bubble Launcher isn't a terrible GX attack, specifically if you're going up against a fire deck, although Lucario and Melmetal's GX attack is also okay. And then we go with this pretty interesting package here, the Green's Exploration Engine, which is pretty good because it says that you can search for 2 trainer cards if you have no Pokemon with abilities in play. That is super good. So we can go for a very consistent build with Tag Call, which allows us to search out our tag team supporters and our tag team Pokemon. We have Malon to heal, Guzma and Hala to set up, and Cynthia and Caitlyn to draw some more as well. And then again, we have the Versus Seeker, just very good in every deck. You probably play that in everything. Pokegear, very strong. And then we can play Max Potion, one of the best, if not the best, healing cards of all time, allowing you to just heal off all your damage, which is pretty absurd. And obviously synergizing amazingly, as well as Crystal Cave, which also allows us to heal off of our metal Pokemon. In this list, we also have Reset Stamp, allowing for you to disrupt your opponent some. We only play 2 copies. Our goal isn't to Reset Stamp all the time, but it certainly provides a nice benefit. And then we also have Metal Goggles, so we can take less damage, our Lucario Melmetal. So we can be taking 30, even 60 less damage, and then heal a Crystal Cave, so essentially taking 90 less damage every turn, which is obviously just amazing. And then the last list we have here, which I'm actually going to make one change to, going to drop Island Challenge Amulet. Keep in mind that I believe ban cards from the expanded format are allowed here, but I'm going to add in a Life Dew, which is just a better version of Island Challenge Amulet, but as an A spec. But here, this is focused around fire Pokemon with the Welder engine. Welder allowing you to accelerate 2 fire energy and then draw cards. It's really, really strong and really, really good. And I think this is by far the best way to play it, and pretty much the main way. But you can use Reshiram and Charizard GX, allowing you to do big outrage attacks, flare strikes, double blazes, all amazing attacks. We also have, and they just hit damage. They're nothing crazy flashy, but they're all pretty solid. And then Charizard breaks in with an attack that allows you to set up. Also, Crimson Flame Pillar GX also allows you to set up, which is pretty cool. Not the best, but not the worst. And then we have Mewtwo and Mew, allowing you to copy any of those Pokemon from your discard pile. Also, very importantly here, giving you a different weakness type. And so that's super strong here. We have the Stadium Chaotic Swell actually in this deck, because Mewtwo and Mew's ability gets turned off by stuff like Path to the Peak, Silent Lab, or Power Plant, which all function essentially the same in this format. But Mewtwo Mew does not want its ability turned off, so we're going to play those cards. And then we also play the Battle Compressor engine here, which allows us to throw lots of stuff in the discard, notably Fire Energies to recover with Fire Crystal, as well as Supporters to recover with Versus Seeker. And then we can recover Pokemon with Rescue Stretcher, which is a pretty solid combo, in addition to that Tag Call engine that we're playing again. And then we have the Reset Stamp, but this is much stronger this time, because normally when a tag team gets KO'd, you can only have 2 tag teams KO'd. After the first one's KO'd, you only Reset Stamp them down to 3, which isn't that impactful. But instead we have, we can do Life Dew, or where is it? Or Island Challenge Amulet, which says that your opponent takes 1 less prize card when they grab the knockout. And that's a big deal, because now you're going to force them into an 8-prize game. Essentially, they're going to KO a tag team, and then for 3, a tag team for 2. So they've only taken 5 of their 6 prizes, and now they're not really going to, they're going to struggle a lot to get through their last prize, which is going to be another fully healed tag team. And then you can also Reset Stamp them down to 1, which is a pretty big deal. And then also here, we have, this is Fire Crystal, and then Hyper Potion to heal off, which functions pretty well with the Welder. You could play Max Potion. I decided to do Hyper Potion, and then we have Switch Card as well, which is a pretty solid switch option, and probably the best for every deck. And then, of course, the good old Choice Band. So, in addition to the price reduction tools. So, and then we play Goosebump on every deck, I believe. So that's just a good card. And yeah, that's the format, the list. I just wanted to throw out a quick video covering some fun lists. Yeah, I'm really enjoying this. I hope you enjoy it too. And I hope to play some matches with these decks. As I said, I might mess around with some other stuff. But for now, these are really cool. And I hope you enjoyed. And yeah, check out Ember Power's videos in the description below. And as always, I'm excited to see you in the next video.